Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life, and I've got in front of me the freshly announced Huawei P8 Lite. So as the name suggests, it's sort of a slimmed down, lesser expensive version of the flagship P8, but it's here in the US. Again, announced today, also available today. You can buy it right now at places like Amazon, B&H Photo, GetHuawei.com, Target.com. Soon you'll be able to get it at Best Buy, but it's available at all those other retailers now for $249. So unlocked, that's no contract, $249, the phone is yours. So obviously Huawei is betting big on the unlocked market here in the US, sort of like the approach Asus is taking with the Zenfone 2. A phone with pretty decent specs, not necessarily top tier or flagship level specs, but pretty decent specs at a really affordable price. So Huawei is also doing some things though where they're giving you a 2-year warranty with this phone, and they're also letting you finance it. So even though it's only $249, if you want a really low monthly payment on a device, you can actually do that and you can finance this phone. So they're doing some different things to try to really take over the unlocked market here. What we want to do though is just kind of unbox it, give you guys some quick impressions, let you know what we think initially about the P8 Lite, and ultimately you guys decide if this is something for you. So P8 Lite logo there, Huawei logo on the top and bottom, and then that's pretty much it. So slide this guy off. And sort of a unique approach, while this is not a selling feature, just something we always find interesting, the packaging. So instead of the phone being face up, kind of giving you that oh wow moment, they've just sort of slid it in sideways here. So we'll slide that out, set it there. Also in the box, charger and guides. So you don't really need me to go through those, so we're not going to. So here is the phone, and we do have some plastic up here. So let's see if I can remove this. I tend to struggle with plastic tips, whatever this is. Wow. There we go, got it. Okay, so here is the phone. So let's fire it up here and we'll start talking specs. So you're looking at a 5-inch HD display, so that's 720p, not full HD. And their sort of goal here was, they think that people want smaller phones you can fit in one hand and control with one hand. So, just initial in-hand experience here, there, I would sort of agree. It definitely feels like a smaller phone, which is awesome. So again, 5-inch HD display there. You've got 2 gig of RAM. You have a 13 megapixel rear camera. So that little guy up there, obviously flash. You have a 5 megapixel front camera as well. Sorry, right there. You have a Snapdragon 615 octa-core processor. So they go Qualcomm silicone in there. 2200 milliamp hour battery. It's non-removable. It has 16 gigabytes of internal storage, but you can upgrade that with an SD card slot up to 32 gigabytes. Bluetooth 4.0 Wi-Fi. It's got LTE connectivity on AT&T and T-Mobile as well. So this is an unlocked GSM phone. So you're not going to be able to take this bad boy to Verizon or anything like that. You are stuck on GSM carriers. It's got Google Play Store and all of your favorite Google apps and all of that stuff. So it is definitely an Android phone built for the US. So let's unlock here. Actually, let's go back to that. Oh, I didn't actually do a tour of the outside either. So if we tour the outside here, you can see on this right side you have volume rocker and power lock switch. It's a dual SIM device as well, so you can see dual SIMs here. So for those of you who travel internationally, US SIM, international SIM. If you go to Canada, that might work as well. Up top, headphone jack and microphone. Nothing on this right side. I'm sorry, left side. Speaker grills on the bottom. Micro USB port on the back, the sort of white. If you kind of get it in the right light, there we go. You can see it sort of looks like a brushed metallic finish. That is plastic, but sort of gives that premium look and feel. And that's basically a tour of the device. Again, 5-inch HD display there. Go ahead and unlock it. So Huawei uses a sort of unique UI skin atop Android. There is no app drawer, sort of that iPhone-esque paginated sort of stance or take on how apps work. So you can't just sort of swipe through to get to all of your other apps. And you can actually swipe down and search for them. I'm not going to call it Spotlight, but kind of reminds me of Spotlight. So, there's Google Play. You have all of your stock apps. They've done some things to sort of customize the whole experience here to add to it. Like you can change, the page animations and things like that. A lot of the stuff, you see in third-party ROMs. If we jump back, oh, it does have on-screen buttons as well. Although those are skinned to look like Lollipop, this is definitely not Lollipop, which you may have noticed from the keyboard that popped up. Your widgets and home screen settings and all that stuff. Nothing really new in there. If we jump into settings, you'll see in here pretty typical Android stuff. You know, they've done some customization and added some little tweaks here and there, but you know, mostly it's kind of standard Android stuff. It just looks a little bit different. So let's pull down the notification shade just so you can see that. Definitely different up here. You've got all sorts of quick toggle shortcuts up here. I mean, we're talking lots. So you've got settings for just about anything. And we can page over here and get to the notifications. Now, I don't have any notifications, but Huawei does this kind of cool thing. I actually like their notification shade. Obviously, it shows the time and the clock, but as you have notifications that come in, they sort of do this timeline look, where there's a time here and it shows you what's come in. And so it kind of gives you this look as to when everything came in throughout the day. It's actually really cool, and I wish Google or somebody else would sort of adopt that approach. Overall, though, you know, there's not a ton to show in the UI. It's just a unique UI that you kind of have to get used to. You know, there's apps for you know, your files and a calendar, and they have tools. You know, there's actually a mirror mode, and there's backup services and a calculator and a voice recorder, FM radio, a clock. So they have all of the stuff you sort of expect. But once again, it does run. It does run Google Play, so you do have access to all of your favorite apps and all of that stuff. If we just jump into about, as I mentioned, this is not Lollipop, so you can probably see it there. This is KitKat, so 4.4.4. I have no idea if this thing's going to get Lollipop anytime soon. I would imagine it will get it. Who knows how soon. You can see there, 64-bit octa-core processor. It's a Snapdragon 615. I did mention that. 2 gig of RAM. Again, 16 gig internal storage. There's that HD display. So it's got pretty nice specs, and it's only $250. Let's launch the camera, actually. Show you the camera in action. So camera is fairly fast to focus. Also not that slow. So for $250, you get a camera that should be quite capable. It doesn't have OIS, but they do claim to have added in a whole bunch of stuff that sort of helps it in low light situations and things like that. So you can swipe through to get to video modes and beauty modes and things like that. It also has some other special modes like all focus, which is sort of a focus after the fact thing. So you take like a macro and you can focus the background or foreground and things like that. Watermark, panorama, HDR. It's sort of got everything you kind of want in a camera. That is mostly it. So this is the Huawei P8 Lite. Again, it's available in the US today, $250. This has just been a quick tour. If there's anything else you guys really want us to test out with this thing, we can. Otherwise, if you want to go pick one up, feel free to. We've got links at the site to do that. Overall, the phone in hand, it feels quite nice. It feels like a well-built phone. The performance seems speedy. It's a little unfortunate that it doesn't have Lollipop. But if you need an inexpensive unlocked phone to make do, or just to be your next phone, this could be a good option. This Asus Zenfone 2. If you can find an old Nexus 5 somewhere as well. Again, questions, comments, need us to check anything else out, we can certainly do that. Otherwise, we are Droid Life. Peace.